Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are just going to get the guided newspaper practice class started in a minute. Just waiting for all the students to join in comfortably. If you're in class, just give me a hello on the comments box. If you're already in. All right. Okay. Hi, Pratiksha. Good morning. Waiting for about 30 seconds. Hi, Janardhanan. All right. Hi, Mamta. All right. Hello, Reena. Hi, Nirmal. Hi, Sadhna. All right, so we're back with another guided newspaper practice class. This is something that we are doing on alternate days now, so Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What we'll be doing in these sessions is that we are going to pick up an article from the newspaper and we will attack from a very fundamental level. Okay, so the entire article will be done 3 times. The first round will be a mix of listening and reading. So the objective is to simply understand what's going on. Okay, so I will be reading out slowly. All you have to do is capture all the words through your ears, also go through it as you see, and try to understand. That's all. Okay. The second round will then be a speaking round. So, what you have to do is speak out aloud as I keep explaining, and I keep reading a particular paragraph or two, read it loudly. Okay, we practice the tone, the stress, the pronunciation. And then finally, we will be doing a guided writing round where you will express your opinion. You will tell me what you think of this, and you will also give me sentences from some of the words that you learn. Okay, that's the idea. All right. Hi, Jalpa, Dolly, Murtaza. Hi, Jean, Gayatri. Welcome, everyone. Okay, here we go. So, this particular article is from Indian Express, a very good newspaper in India, and it talks about why a large yellow rubber duck, okay, has become a symbol of Thailand's protests. So, there are some protests that are going on in Thailand, and this particular rubber duck has become like a mascot of or a symbol of sorts. Okay, so that's what we are going to see. Why that's the case. Okay, let's start. Now, since protests started in Thailand in July this year, seeking the removal of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha and demanding reform of the Thai monarchy, the movement has seen protesters adopt different mascots to get their message across. So, what do you mean by this particular phrase? To get their message across? Hi, Sajida. Welcome. Tell me. So, the protest started in July this year. Okay, why did it start? Because they wanted to remove this prime minister, seeking removal of the prime minister, and okay, two reasons, and demanding reform. What do you mean by reform? Reform means changes, okay, upgrades of the Thai monarchy. Okay, monarchy is a system where there is one sole leader. Okay, the movement has seen protesters adopt different mascots to get their message across, means to communicate what they want to express. Okay, so they're using these mascots, they're using these symbols to communicate. Okay, hi Ashish. Now, everything from singing the Thai version of one of the 1980s musical Les Miserables. So this is a French pronunciation. I'm not sure of the French pronunciation, but LES is pronounced as Les. Okay, the French of the. Okay, so 1980s musical Les Miserables. Principal songs. Do you hear the people sing? To dinosaur costumes. To displaying the three-finger salute. So what's happening? See, you're getting all these different ways by which the people are kind of communicating their protests to the government. Okay. Now let's keep moving forward. The latest addition to this compendium is the use of large inflatable pool ducks. What do you mean by compendium? Tell me, what does it mean? Compendium. Compendium. Try to guess based on the context. Okay, you have something. All these collections are informed to you first, and then we say the latest addition to this compendium is the use of large inflatable pool ducks. Hi, Quisha. So, are you able to guess the meaning of this? Tell me. Think. Compendium. Okay, so compendium is a collection. Okay, so you already have all these different aspects in your collection. You are also adding these inflatable pool ducks. Okay, now what kind of collection? A collection of information, a detailed, crisp kind of information is called compendium. So if you have a very good, crisp book, okay, then you will call this is a very good compendium of cooking recipes, for example. Okay, or breakfast recipes, very crisp, detailed, to the point stuff. Okay, is the use of large inflatable. What do you mean by inflatable? A kind of object where you can put in air and then it blows up. Okay, like you have your pillows, right? Inflatable pillows, especially during journeys. Okay, but over the past week, these inflatable ducks have become more than just a mascot at the protests. Okay, so earlier it was just a symbol, but now it has become more than just a symbol. So what? Let's see what that is. Okay, good Jia, good Nirmal, hi Tejas. Okay, now let's see. News reports quote protesters saying that these inflatable ducks had initially been brought out onto the streets as a joke. Okay, while some protesters have told news publications that the rubber ducks were used to mock the government and the monarchy. What do you mean by the word mock? Tell me a mock. Hi, Bhomik. Yeah, good. Niyati, Aswani, yeah, Suhas. Tell me, were used to mock the government. So, what do you mean by this word mock? Hmm. Very simple. Yeah, you have heard of it. I know. Hmm. Good, Bashir, Deepti, Janardanan, Niyati, Janvi, Suhas. Yes, that's a different word. Yes. So mock has multiple meanings. Yes, Suhas, you're using the other meaning. Good. Dolly, Sadhna, Jia, Quisha. Yes, Sadhna. Very good. Okay, to make fun of something. Okay, so if somebody is mocking, making fun of, to ridicule. Okay, to put somebody down, to show somebody down. Right, that is called mocking. Okay, so these rubber ducks were used to mock the government. Okay, and the monarchy. So to make fun of the government and the monarchy, right? Now, but they took on a new role as the Thai government's crackdown on the protests intensified. When you say intensified, it means to grow in intensity. It became more severe. Okay, the protests became more serious. Okay, according to a Reuters report, Reuters is a name of another company, okay, in the publication space. So according to a Reuters report, these yellow rubber ducks had first made an appearance on Tuesday this past week when protesters had gathered outside the police headquarters in Bangkok on what was the day of the most violent of demonstrations. Okay, so this day the protests actually turned the most violent. Headquarters is usually like the head office. Okay, so you say headquarters, the main office. All right, now the protesters had used, now look at this, a new way of using these ducks. The protesters had used these ducks as shields and advanced towards police lines when police forces began firing water cannons. So if you can see this picture, are you able to see? Just give me a yes if you're able to understand. They're using these ducks to shield themselves when the police is firing water cannons at them, water jets at them. Okay. In recent photographs and videos from the protests, protesters can be seen carrying large yellow plastic ducks hovering above the crowds. What do you mean by hovering? Have you heard of this word, hovering? You might have heard of it. Say, a helicopter is hovering above the building. Have you heard of this word? Tell me what it means. Hovering. Good. Ashwini, Madhvi, Janvi, Janardana, Niyati, Kvisha, Nirmal, Deepti. Yes. Others. Hmm. Good. Very nice. Good. Okay, Divya, the previous one. Hmm. Yeah, so hovering, yes. So hovering means something that is in air, okay, that is suspended or that's in air, and is usually stationary. There is very less movement as such. So if a helicopter is moving very quickly from one point to the other, you will not say hovering, okay, but it is above a particular building, all right? It is just kind of monitoring that little space alone. Then you will say hovering. So these plastic ducts were just above these large gatherings. Yes, good job, everyone. Correct. Now, now let's see. What are sorry? What are these yellow inflatable ducks? Okay. Observers say this yellow inflatable rubber duck has been inspired by Dutch artist Florentine Hoffman's series of floating sculptures titled Rubber Duck, okay, that has been exhibited in several cities around the world, including Hong Kong, Baku, and Sydney. All right, so what it says is that these observers notice that this particular duck that we are talking about here has been inspired by. So the idea is borrowed from something. By what? By this particular artist, Dutch artist. Dutch means Holland, okay, Netherlands. That this particular artist series of floating sculptures. So he had a series of his creations called Rubber Duck, and that's where it came from. Okay. But a few weeks after it was installed in Hong Kong's Victoria Harbour in May 2013, China's government began imposing censorship on online discussions. What do you mean by censorship? Tell me. Censorship? Censorship. Sculptures are physical creations, okay? So say for example, when you make an idol, right? So you chip off the little additional parts of the stone and then you create a sculpture, okay? So a physical creative item. What do you mean by censorship? China's government began imposing censorship on online discussion. Very good. Good. Urvi, Janardana, yes. Close, very close, correct. Others, are you able to guess? Close, Franklin, good, Quisha, Ashwani. Others? Hmm. Toxic, Divya, Utkarsh, good to have you. Yes. So censorship means some kind of restriction. Yes. Okay. So if somebody is imposing censorship, it means that maybe 100% of the original work will not be released. Maybe 10-20% of it only would be released. Okay. So imposing means to establish, to say that this particular activity will now take place. Okay. More like a rule. Okay. So imposing censorship on online discussions of the term big yellow duck after activists started photoshopping images of the duck into the iconic photo of the tank man from the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests. Okay, so how many of you are aware of this? Has any of you seen this particular picture? Photo of the tank man from the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests. So what's happening here is that a lot of people were taking this picture of a duck and they were superimposing it onto a man who stood in front of a tank. Okay, so the Chinese army was moving somewhere, and this one man stood in front of a tank. So that particular picture became iconic because it came across as if the one man is standing against an army. Okay, so that's why this picture is very famous. And then now people are taking this yellow duck and they're putting it in front of the army. So they're mocking the Chinese army as well. Okay. So since then, this yellow duck has become an unusual symbol of protests around the world. Okay, so it's very strange, right? You have a duck and that is becoming the face of a protest due to a series of accidental activities. None of these were actually planned. Okay, fine. All right. So we've come until this point where we kind of understood how a particular toy of sorts has become a mascot or symbol of protest, how it started, how people are using it in different ways, and so on. So now tell me your opinion. Okay, tell me what you think of a situation like this where different objects, different colors, paintings, pieces of art are being used in protest, right? Have you noticed it somewhere? What do you think about it? Why do you think such objects become a face of protest? What is your opinion? Be free, think free, but I want you to express your thought. Okay, I know this is a bit abstract, not very easy to think of. Okay, for example, you can say that people usually search for larger than life kind of figures. Okay, so some of them could have been dressed as Superman and they're coming in for these protests, larger than life. Some humor required when people want to feel as a team, they bring out these little objects because they want to feel as a team when they're protesting against a stronger force. That can be one opinion. Okay, similarly, what do you think? I'm going to give you about a minute. Think and tell me. Public speech, attraction, yeah, but I want a full sentence. Okay, because the aim here is to see how you convert your thoughts to words. Mm-hmm. So Urvi says posters supporting any topic or against someone in any protest, good. So one poster might really attract someone's attention and then that becomes a symbol. Yes, has happened in the past, can happen, correct. What else? Tell me. Nearly a minute or minute up. I know it's a little difficult, that's why I'm pushing you. Think. Good. So Gia says it's a new variety of protection as well as helps to attract public. Good. Yes, very nice. New way to protect yourselves against the water cannons. Attracts. So Deepthi says they want to express their views and opinions based on these ducks. Very good. Just like in Spain. Okay. Delhi masks were used in Spain for protests. Good. Yeah. All right, good. So, I think it was in one of those series, right, where you have a mask and then these burglars used to go inside a bank and then I forget the name of the series though. Okay, the reason behind using these things as a symbol of protest is to attract everyone's attention. Very good, very nice. So you want to bring some color into the protest so that it gains attention, like how it has gained our attention, right? Until today, we probably did not know that there's a protest in Thailand, but because you have these ducks floating around on these crowds, you suddenly now kind of want to know more about it. You're curious. Good, very good point. What else? Good. So Nidhi says in Delhi case, Indians took candles to protest against rape. Yes, a mode of protest, right? A candlelight march. Yes, the yellow rubber duck symbol is an opinion against the money heist. That's the one. Okay, correct. Toxic OP, great. A way to attract media attention. Yes, valid. Utkarsh, I believe when we are protesting against something, we need supporters and mass media coverage. So you need this. Very nice. Good one, Utkarsh. Dharini, due to this aura, yes, correct. People get attracted towards such kind of protection. They want very good Dharini. You have also avoided wordy phrases. Now you're giving full, complete sentences. Good job. Good going. Yes, correct, John. Although those kind of protests are unprecedented, good word, Pratiksha. It is a contemporary idea of intensifying. Good job. Nice, interesting opinions coming in. Very nice. Okay, so I think now it's time to move on to the next set of activity that we have, and that is the speaking activity. Okay, so we will talk about the next question, and that is where else have these ducks surfaced in protests? Surface means where else has it come out in protests? Okay, so what you have to do is I will be reading 2 to 3 words at a time, very slowly. Okay, you have to ensure that you get your stress tone correct. Okay, the pronunciation, the pauses, and so on. Okay, so let's begin now. Good, Bhome, get attention from people. Good. Janvi, such symbol attracts the attention of the public. Very good. Further, they also have good use of the word further, Janvi. Good job. Okay, let's start. Okay. Now just repeat after me. In 2016, repeat. In 2016, comma, so you're going to pause. Groups, groups that were calling for, don't say were, okay, make the R soft, that were calling for the impeachment of Brazil's president Dilma Rousseff began using the rubber duck as a mascot. As a mascot. Okay. Impeachment means a charge for some kind of treachery. Okay, so some kind of cheating. If this person has done some kind of cheating, then to attach that crime to the person and then punishing him or her. Okay. Now, but at that time, repeat. But at that time, Hoffman, the artist, had claimed that the use of the figure by these protest groups amounted to copyright infringement. A little bit of surprise here, so that is going to show in your voice. Amounted to copyright infringement. Okay, let's keep moving. So what it says here is that the artist is saying that if you use it in protest, then you're violating my copyright. Only I have the right to use the duck. Okay, back then that was his view. Okay, now versions of these rubber ducks. Repeat, just give me yes if you're repeating after me. Versions of these rubber ducks were seen during the 2017-2018 anti-corruption protests in Russia. Where among other demands, protesters called for the resignation of Vladimir Putin and his government. Okay, so this is surprising, right? And it's a big move. So you're going to punch it hard for the resignation of Vladimir Putin and his government. Okay, good going. Janardhan, John, Jia. Good, Nirmal. Good sentence there. Now, the ducks also surfaced. Also, okay, addition. So you can punch that too. The ducks also surfaced during protests last year in Hong Kong. Okay, last year. So again, an interesting word there. So last year in Hong Kong, where protesters confronted police. Confronted, okay, coming face to face. Confronted police. And were photographed carrying these small plastic ducks. Okay. One iconic image. Iconic means historic, something that stands out. One iconic image from these protests in Hong Kong. Repeat. Shows a battalion of police standing on one side of a road with a small yellow rubber duck placed on the ground in front. Okay, are you getting? This is like a legendary image where you have a big police force on one side and a small duck on the other side. Okay, infringement means a violation. Okay, copyright violation. You're breaking the copyright law. That's what it is called. Okay. Did you all complete it? And now tell me, did you stress anywhere else out of this entire bunch? Did you stress anywhere else? Here and with this as well, with the first paragraph too. Did you stress particularly anywhere else to make that stand out, right? For example, I stressed on resignation. Okay. I stressed on confronted because that's kind of the essence. It gives you the picture. Yes. Bhomik confronted, very good. Niyati protested, good. Where else did you stress particularly? That helped you to indicate that this is the essence of your answer. Okay, Janvi mascot, you did it on mascot, good. Gia on iconic, good. Iconic means legendary, historic, yeah. Impeachment, Niyati, okay. Yes, it's confronted is face to face, correct, Dharmi. Battalion, Ashwini, you did it on a battalion, that's nice. Hmm. Anti-corruption, Nirmal, very good. Janvi, iconic, good job, nice. Nicely done, everyone. Okay, now, remember when you're doing this reading, also try to soften the R. Okay, instead of saying where among, okay, say where among. So when you soften the R, your English sounds a little more stylish. Okay, and that will help you in gaining style points under vocab, under lexical resource. If you see that if does the candidate have style, it will qualify under this. So instead of saying versions, if you say versions, it helps. Okay. Fine. So now let's go and create sentences out of the words that we learn. Let's do this one. Okay. Confront. So as Harini says, confront means to come face to face with something. Coming face to face, usually for an argument in an aggressive way, confronting. Okay, so it's like saying, I confronted my manager when my manager complained about me that I don't work hard. Okay, confronted, which means you ask the manager, hey, why? Why did you do that complaint? You're coming face to face with your manager, you're asking him straight kind of an argument. Okay, go ahead. Tell me sentences with confront. I confronted the mistake of breaking a glass. Good, Niyati, but whom did you confront? Okay. Whom did you confront? Others think, give me your sentences. Mhm. Not to agree on the mistake. Confront means you're coming face to face with someone, okay, and you want to kind of have an argument. Next, others, what happened? It's not very difficult. Think of more, okay? Yes, the comments that the PM made against the opposition is purely electoral confrontation. Good. It's better to confront. Okay. Confront for the mistakes. All right. BJP spokesperson confronted the media. Okay. Confronted means took the media head on, went to an argument. The teacher confronted the students during the break time. Okay. Came with an argument. I confronted with my friend the other day. However, I regretted later. Good one. I confronted the hospital. You don't need on, Ashwini. I confronted the hospital staff. My hospital are all staff are confronted with HR. Okay, all right, fine. Criminals used to confront their crime in court. So they don't confront the crime, right? When they don't come face to face with their crime in court, you can say criminals have to confront the opposition, okay, the defense lawyers, stuff like that. Okay, next word. Let us jump to another word. Okay, let's do censor or censorship. Censored, you can also use it as a verb. Okay, censoring, censored, censors. These are some words you can use. The government has decided to censor um, OTT platforms like Amazon Prime, Netflix, etc. Okay, censor means to stop stop communication of everything. Okay, and have some limit. Good, Sadhna, Urvi, Nirmal. I'm getting your sentences now. Good. Janvi as well. Alekhya. Oh, good. Quite a lot of sentences. Very nice. Good. Good ones. Good, Amarjeet. Yes. Okay. Smoking needs to be censored. Okay. All right. So maybe if you're saying that showing smoking needs to be censored, maybe. So censored is more like you're examining something, having a look at it, scrutinizing something. Okay. And then you're saying, hey, these parts I will not include. These are the other parts that can be included. Okay. Good. So Janardhan, yes, perfect. Important to censor scenes that promote violence and hatred. Good. Yes, I believe government should censor some web series as they're spreading a lot of hatred among communities. Good. Stuff like that. Good ones. Good ones. Others in the government censors Chinese apps. Yes, good Dolly. Relevant example. Government needs to censor violent games. Yes, relevant again. Okay. I will confront with IELTS next month. Okay, John. Good. Okay, good one. During the lockdown, India was censorship. India was censoring. Jia. India was censoring the import of Chinese products. Niyati, censorship has allowed the government to prevent media from criticism. Good. It would be a great step taken by the government to censorship few of social media, to censor few of social media. Okay, remember the grammar lesson? To plus basic form of the verb. To sleep, to run, to walk, to censor. Okay. Now, one more. Let us do this word. Okay, easy to use. Inspire. Inspire. This inspired means you were kind of influenced by another idea and you use that a little. Okay, so it is used in the context of music, in the context of movies, when you say that this music is inspired by the music of the 1980s, stuff like that. Or you can even give me sentences out of the simple meaning of inspire, which means to motivate, to emulate someone, and have the same urge to do an activity. So I can say that ABC person inspired you to write the IELTS exam, which means that person cleared it, and now you also feel that you can do it too. Okay, so you are now having the same urge to accomplish that. Okay, so that can also be used. So now give me sentences with inspire or inspired in either meaning. Okay, get motivated or to take from something. Both the meanings are okay. Tell me. Okay, good. Class inspired me to improve vocab. Good. Works. They came for the new census. That's a slightly different meaning, Dharani. Census is an activity of collecting data, right? Collecting information. Government should censor usage. Previous one, Ashwini. Good. Next, Utkarsh. Nowadays, most of the movies are either inspired by South Indian movies or Hollywood movies. Good. Okay, but they're not required, but good one, Utkarsh. Toxic OP. Government was inspired by the idea of sportsmen to make India fit good. The idea of Agaram Foundation inspired me to contribute. Very nice, Anandaran. Ashwani, I was inspired by the science teacher. Good. I inspired by reading Swami Vivekananda biography. I was inspired by. I got inspired by. Okay. Inspired me a lot, Dolly. But very good sentence. Relevant. You're correct. But just say inspired me a lot. Otherwise, you're right. My brother's craft ideas are always inspire me, are not required. Always inspire me. That's all. Okay. Our ancient culture and values inspire many people from around the world. Very good, Sadha. World, not world, just world, world. Very good. Nice one. Janvi Indira Nui has inspired women across the world to remove their shackles and be the person they want their future to be. Amazing. Amazing. Excellent. Okay. I inspired myself only. I inspired myself only for Canada immigration. I was inspired by myself. Okay. Ajay inspired by MJ to learn dancing. Ajay was inspired. Okay. Ajay was inspired by. Or you will say Ajay inspired MJ if it's the other way around. Or you will say the other way around, MJ inspired Ajay. Okay. If you want to flip it around. Okay. But otherwise, good job, everyone. Great job on participating actively. Loved the participation, loved all the sentences that are coming in, good, strong opinions as well. That brings us to the end of the lesson. Now, in case you want to do more of this, okay, what you should do is on the YouTube channel of Grassroots Education, go to playlist. Okay, now in playlist, you will find this entire newspaper, guided newspaper practice playlist, where there are about 120 to 130 odd such sessions. Okay, so just have a look at all of them one by one, slowly. Okay, if you want to do more of it, you can keep doing them from that. Okay, different topics there. You can even pick and choose based on what is your favorite topic and so on, and slowly move to tougher topics as well, topics that you don't like so much. Okay, so you will be forced to read them, you will be forced to learn new words out of them, so your vocab list will become more varied and so on. Okay, so on that note, thank you everyone for joining in. So what I'll do now is very quickly, for all the new students, I will be talking about the fast track program, the advanced program. But of course, this is not relevant for all those who are already part of it, right? So in this latest chat box itself, I see few students who are already there. I think John, Bhomik, Dharini, Amarjeet, Janvi, all of you are already part of it. So not for the existing members. For existing members, you can leave if you want to. I'm just going to touch upon it. And if any new members are watching, if you want to get in, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay. Now, this is relevant, of course, only for those who are taking the exam in a 30 to 120-day time frame. Okay. So end of December to March. If you're going to take your exam in that time frame, only then it is relevant. Here is the form to it. I'm going to give the form on the video description and on the chat here. And you can fill it up. Our counselor will call you and you can have a discussion and then get it. Yes. Thank you, Utkarsh. Thank you, Nirmal. What is the program? To tell you very quickly, multiple features. Number one, recorded lessons. On the app itself, if you have the app, you can check out the curriculum. It won't play, but then you can check out the whole curriculum there. Next is you will have live classes happening daily, Monday to Friday for practice, Saturday and Sunday for concepts. Then you will have your mock tests, which will be evaluated by us. And then finally, you will have unlimited doubt clearance as well during the entire tenure of the course. Okay, so here the form's already there. You can fill it up and you can have a call. And then if you like it and if you feel that, yes, it will help me to fulfill my IELTS goals, you're more than welcome to get it. Okay, thank you, everyone. I'll see you in the next class. Bye-bye.